Alright. Hey everyone, this is Codex back with something new, something I usually don't do. And it's because with the new release, with the re-release on the Switch of Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green, apparently a lot of people haven't played these games, which surprised me. Um, there's been like a lot of new content going on, um, like the best Pokemon to use and uh, these tips. Follow this step. Don't do this. And like, okay, yeah, sure. And people, it's always like on the nuzlocke thing. I think it's very popular. So I wanted to do like a tier list of my takes on what's the best Pokemon in this game. I think it's been pretty fun. I eventually ended up buying it. I didn't think it would have been as fun as it is, but just playing it on the Switch has a different vibe. Yeah, it's pretty fun. So this is going to be a tier list based on both Nuzlocke and regular playthrough, because you really don't differ much into them. But I'm going to be following some criteria that are going to be more focused on Nuzlocke to have like an actual reason to rank them, to not be yapping and actually have like some argument for each. So as I said, this is for Nuzlocke and normal playthrough. I'm gonna assume whatever you do, you're doing level caps, because otherwise the game's pretty boring and you can like beat anything with like, you can just grind and just start at the levels 50 and then just sweep the game. And then not fun in my opinion. So rules diverse. Rules are different between whatever you want to do with your Nuzlocke. It could be like more light version or hardcore Nuzlocke with different rules. So I'm going from the base rules to hardcore Nuzlocke, and I'm going to specify when something it's a little bit better on depending on what you're doing. So especially with healing items, because if you do healing items, then a lot of Pokemon get better, and some stay the same. So I'm going to clarify. Excuse me. So the usual criteria is going to be like viability. So how good the Pokemon is into the game. It doesn't matter how good Pokemon is in general. Otherwise, you would put like the best mounts for competitive high, and that doesn't make any sense, because they have to be good into this game specifically, how they match up into the region. The second is going to be availability, how easy and when you get it, like for how much they help you through the game. And because there's a really good mon you can catch, but it's only for like, I don't know, you catch it like after the aging, and it's not really that useful for the Elite Four. It's going to be very low, even if it's a strong Pokemon. And if it's a Pokemon that helps you throughout the game, it's still going to have good points, because it really helps you go through a part of the game that would be difficult otherwise. So some of them I'm going to specify like what role or niche they fulfill, and if they help with a specific fight that's like a boss fight, like mainly gym leaders and Elite Four, and some rival fights, and just in general boss fight, they get extra points. And finally, I'm going to assume that the Pokemon, it's in its prime when you catch it, but I'm still going to specify when would that be not the case. Like when Pokemon had 2 abilities and you get the bad one, or and when in which Pokemon do you have to actually spend useful TMs that you wouldn't. So like that it needs to sacrifice good resources for it to be good or not. So the tiers are going to be very self-explanatory. So top is from the moment you catch them, they just carry you to the rest of the game. They can sweep the game on its own. Very good, just very good Pokemon that you should consider having in your party. They're not gonna be as broken as they are, but they're always gonna be good, solid. They perform worse than the very good, but they're still good Pokemon that can help you through a good portion of the game. And then generally on the higher side, average, they're just like more niche. They're okay. That's it. That they're okay, or they're really good into like one fight and then they fall off, or it just a little harder to pull them off. Mediocre is just, this is like extremely niche, like when you don't have any other options and they're not totally useless like in the F tier, which is like Pokemon that you should just box, or you can just use them as a sack, or Pokemon that just don't have any value or role at all. So yeah, let's start. I'm gonna do it in Pokédex order. I think that's the easiest way. So let's see. Starting, I think I have everything here in Pokédex order. Well, probably should be here. Let's say details are around there. Let's put it there. I think this is everyone, and I'm treating Great Evolutions differently because not everyone's going to have access to them, or they just don't want to bother with them. So yeah, let's start. Oh yeah, and the last criteria, I'm gonna be talking about the whole evolutionary line. So when I'm starting with Venusaur, it's Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur. So yeah, Venusaur is very good. It's probably the best starter, without probably. It just makes the early game so easy. It carries up to Erika, so half the game. The three first gyms are free. That's what I wanted to say. Are free with this guy. You just solo Brock. You solo Misty. You also can beat Hold Search with this, and it just sweeps through the caves. Has an insane combination of sleep plus leech shit, and it gets it so early too. It cannot be poison in the early game. Just bulky, so you're kind of like safe within it to take hits. It falls off in the mid game because, I mean, it's decent into Erika, you get secret power, but then it's weak into Olga, Sabrina, and Blaine. So it really falls off then, and then it comes back on Giovanni, and it's really good against the Elite Four as well. So it's just a safest option. If you want to start in Nuzlocke, I would recommend starting with Bulbasaur for sure, if you don't want to have any trouble. And if you just want to get consistent run and like just get in consistently up to Celadon City, which is like the main city where you just start to have like a more consistent and better team, because you get a lot of resources there. And the Elite Four, it's also pretty good into Lorelei, even though you're weak to Ice. most of Lorelai's Pokemon are water type anyway, and you got have like combos like Sunny Day, Solar Beam, or just keep the Sleep plus Leech Seed. Um, it solos Bruno. It's not good into Agatha. It's not good versus Lance, and it's good versus rival. So, it's just one of the best mounts that you can have early. It's a great starter. I'm gonna go with Blastoise first. Blastoise is also pretty good. It's in a very good tier. Before I had it down here, but this was just to like highlight how Venusaur is better, but it's not in a separate tier. It should be on A tier anyway. So Squirtle's a little bit worse, but not that much because it's actually the more consistent start. Like it doesn't really have that fall off that Venusaur has, and in the mid game, because you get Surf and Water is just one of the best typings in the game and in general in Pokemon. So you're good to go with it on early game with Squirtle. You beat Brock easily. You're going to miss because you get Bite or Mega Kick if you want to try that. It does more to this army actually. You're weak into Search, but you should have tools to beat Search. I mean, you get the free Diglett. And then it's kind of worth it. You get Water Pulse from Misty. You sweep the caves, so it doesn't give you any problem. The Lavender Town tower too, because you have Bite. And then it just keeps going. It struggles a little to be Blastoise, but when you get Surf in Safari Zone, then you have a spammable stab move. And that's what Water types does. Just click Surf. It has a good special attacks, not that high, but it has a really good bulk. It learns Ice Beam from the casino. It learns Protect by level up, so you're going blind, which apparently some people are going blind or just don't remember. Protect is good for scouting, especially if you pair it with leftovers that you should be getting from the Snorlaxes. It's just really solid. And then it's not good into Search and Erika. Then it's good into Koga. It's good into Sabrina because you get Surf already, so you just spamming your stab moves. Bite, it's kind of like a noob trap because people just see like Psychitans, they're like, oh, Bite, okay, that's good in the early game, but when you get Surf is actually stronger into Sabrina, because it's 90 plus 1.5, so it's like 135, and then Bite is super effective 60 times 2, so it's 120, so Surf is stronger, but still good because it's not weak to them. Then it sweeps Blaine and Giovanni. It's not going to Lorelei. Sweeps Bruno, kinda. Going to Agatha, you just Surf. Pretty going to Lance, you just get a nice beam tool, and then it's going to your rival. So yeah. The only downside is that there's a lot of good water types. What happened there? There's a lot of good water types. So you're probably getting something that is as good as Blastoise or even better, but Squirtle and Wartortle are just worth it. The second earliest water type that actually gets water moves because Kiara doesn't is Vaporeon, which is like it just works like Blastoise, but you get it at Celadon City, so all the early game having Squirtle is actually good. Squirtle and Wartortle. Alright, so Charizard. I think people either overrated or underrated. I've seen people put it like here, oh yeah, all the stars are good. No, but I've seen people put it like here, like, oh, it has the worst. It's just one of the worst Pokemon in the game. It's not that bad. I would say it's average. Fire types unfortunately are not good in this game. They don't have any decent matchup except Erika, and you have a lot of options into Erika anyway. I don't think you're uh you need to pick this for Erika specifically. And if you pick this, you just make your early game so hard. You just make your game so hard. It's just like the opposite of picking Bulbasaur. Like, you can generally wipe if you don't get Mankey as your encounter, and then you're just weak to Misty. Just you're whatever into Surge. You're stuck with Ember, which is so weak because Venusaur gets Razor Leaf and Blastus gets, well, Ivysaur and Warp Total. Warp Total gets Water Pulse, which is stronger stab. You're stuck with Ember until level 34 when you get Flamethrower. And then it's rewarding when you get into Charizard. Like, Charmander and Charmeleon sucks. But then when you get to Charizard, it's rewarding because it's really strong and really fast. I mean, fast enough. So it's just a Flamethrower bot, and it just clicks Flamethrower and kills all the random guys. And it's rewarding when you survive into that, but it still doesn't have like any favorable matchup. So it's probably going to sweep Koga. You have like Flamethrower, Fly. You just neutral into everything, and then it's bad into the Leaf 4. It's not good versus Lorelei because all these ice types are word types. If you don't kill with Fly the fighting types of Bruno, you're getting Stone Edge or Rock Slide, and you're gonna die. It's terrible versus Lance, it's okay versus Agatha, and it's good enough just as the other stars versus the rival. So it's not favored in this game. So yeah, if you the only reason I would accept someone picking Charmander is that they won the challenge. But they have to be aware that you're making your game a lot more harder. This game isn't even hard, but when you pick Charmander, it looks like it does. Because you struggle so much to get to Salamon City. So yeah, I'd say it's average. Butterfree. Oh, I should put this a little bit lower. Okay, so Butterfree. I mean, I have the kind of plan. I was just saying, it's actually pretty good for what it does. It's a hard early game carry, and it's actually kind of also on up until I would say the mid game too. I think it's kind of underrated because it has a unique a tool, which is Compound Sleep Powder, which is basically Spore. Because it's 97% accurate, so you're almost never missing that Sleep Powder. It's very good into a casual playthrough too, just to keep it on your team, because on a catch 'em all, is your best guy is like having a Breloom with Spore, you know. So it's pretty good. It would just kill every random trainer with Confusion early game, especially the poison types. Then it's okay versus Misty. You can, as a status, her is good. Disarm me. Learns all the status. And then it sweeps Erika if you give it Psychic, and if you actually give it Psychic, that you can get as soon as you get into Celadon City, because you get the T, and then you go to Sabrina's city. I forgot the name. Saffron City, I think. So you get there, and if you give it Psychic, it actually holds on into all the way into Koga, so you can keep it on your team. I wouldn't say it's the best option, but it's solid enough. Just having Sleep Powder, Psychic, and then you can also give it Giga Drain over those rock types, so you don't have to switch into them. I mean, to switch out versus them. So you have to give up 2 of your best TMs that are one-time use, but it could pay off. Butterfree it's decent. You can also do like some dirty sleep powder plus whirlwind combos. So you sleep powder something into a boss battle, of course. It's actually 70 speed, so it's average speed. With speed IVs it's gonna be fast and stuff, and speed EVs too. So you can just sleep powder, sleep something, whirlwind out that guy, and then sleep next, and then just do that. And it's kind of dirty. It could work. I think it's a good mon. You're probably gonna box it between 5th and 6th gym though. But just give it a try. Try to keep it. It's good. Then V drill. I've seen people like really like. Oh, V drill is actually like an underdog. Since it's pretty good. It's as good as Battlefield. No, I don't think so. I would just say the only redeeming quality of this is that it gets Twin Needle, so it's very going to star me. It's going to survive a water pulse, and you're going to do a lot of damage with Twin Needle. You're gonna at 20, I think. So it's good into one matchup. No, it's actually going to 2 matchups because it should sweep Erika too, or not sweep, but it's going to be pretty good answers Erika too, and then you just box it. It doesn't do anything. It's actually annoying to grind it even on the early game. You just don't get a good attack like Battlefield does. You just have to rely on Fury attack, and then you could give it secret power, I guess. It's whatever. You can evolve it into V-Drill if you get it early, especially if you're not picking Charmander. You can just rely on grinding the other guys because Bulbasaur and Squirtle would grind versus Brock anyway. It doesn't help us with the caves either. I don't see why people have it so high. It helps us versus the girls with the odysseys and shit. But that's about it. It's kind of like high mediocre. I'll put this mediocre niche. Okay, that looks horrible. Whatever. It's kind of low average or high D. I think there's fine. All right. Next is Pidgeot. Okay, so Pidgeot is a big fraud. I'm sorry, just very bad. It's like a noob trap. If you pick Pidgey early, we know everyone likes Pidgey and then don't like Fearow because Pidgey is the pretty one, Fearow is the ugly. Spearow is very ugly. So and Pidgeot was in the anime. Ash had it, but it's pretty bad. Like Pidgey is so weak. It doesn't do any damage whatsoever. Then you get Pidgeotto on 18, and it still doesn't do damage. It's bulkier, sure, but you just gaslighting yourself that you have a good Pokemon when in reality it doesn't help you versus Starmie. Even if you have a neutral mon, like Beedrill is better into it. Butterfree is also better because it can just paralyze it or poison or sleep, whatever. You can do your strategy there depending on what mon you have. A Pidgeotto that doesn't help you at all, and then you're just gonna struggle having that guy. You're never gonna get it to Pidgeot. It doesn't help versus anything. It's outclassed by every other normal flying. This guy's just bad. If you just get it, it's good for the dupe, so you don't have to catch it again, and then you can just have it there on the team until you get better mons. That should be soon. Like, no way this stays up until search. You already should have like better mons, I would say, or just keep it as a sack. I wouldn't put in useless because it's one of the earliest encounters, and having just another mon is good. It's going to be good in Viridian Forest and versus some trainers like the bug guys. I guess that's it. Anyway, next. Eradicate the goat. So Eradicate, it's so underrated. Like, people hate on Rattatas, but Eradicate is the goat. It's just hard carry into the early game. Learns Hyper Fang really early, which is strong normal attack. Is probably going to be your strongest move for the early game. It evolves early too. It evolves at 20, perfect for Misty. It's actually very good into Misty. And if you get Guts, it's even better. I think it KOs Starmie with Hyper Fang into quick attack. Guts, if you don't know, it's an ability that raises your attack by 1.5 if your status. I think it's only paralyzed, burn, and poison. So it's kind of risky, but it could be rewarding, and it just carries you through the game. Then you're gonna box it, of course, or you're gonna sack it when you get to the mid game. But instead of, like, unlike Viju or Pidgeot, it's gonna carry you. It's not just gonna be there. It's going to be a reliable mod. And also Runaway could be good if you're just struggling. You just have it on your lead. So yeah, Radic is just great. It's not great to it doesn't have any good matchup because it's a normal type. And well, if you get to Salon City, learns Shadow Ball from the casino, so you can actually try hard and try to go with this to Sabrina. It's probably gonna die to Alakazam's Psychic, but you can use it to get rid of the rest of the gym and of its team. I'm assuming you guys know all the physical special split and just some basic mechanics. This video is not about that, but Char was physical. So yeah, use Radigan in your early game. It's pretty good. Fear is also going to go in B because of the same reason. It's a good one for the early game, and up to when you get Fly, is just gonna stay. Spearow is much stronger than PG. It's faster. It's a little bit less bulkier, I think, but that doesn't really matter when you're first evolution. It evolves at 22. I mean, not at 22. It evolves at 22. At 20 as well. Just as Eradicate. So you have it for Starmie. It's just a fully evolved mon for Starmie. And the secret, which is literally the secret, is to teach it secret power that you get from Nugget Bridge, like the Rock Pass Nugget Bridge before Bio, that you have to bait a trainer to come to walk to you, and it's behind a tree of cut, and you get secret power, which is 70 normal stab physical. So it just gives you a good stab because it's going to be stuck with Peck and Fury Tech, but you give it secret power, it's just really good. And then you can teach it Fly, and it could stay in your team. And it does everything that Pidgeot does, but better. Being an early game mon that's just gonna be there in your team and do stuff. It's pretty reliable. Not as good as Eradicate, not as good as Butterfree, but it's gonna be your early game bird. So pick Spearow over Pidgeot. Well, Pidgeot gets better dance. It gets it at 40. I guess you can do something with that in the late part of the game if you wanna try that. Or if you wanna be a masochist like Charmander people. I think Butterfree's better than Eradicate. Yeah, this order is fine. Arbok. It gets Intimidate. One of the best abilities in the game. It's probably the worst Intimidate user though. I would say it's niche. I don't think you're gonna keep this much longer than when you get it. It was at 22, I think, so you're not gonna have this for Misty. Or maybe I'm tripping, but anyway, it doesn't make it any better. Just intimidate bot, so you can switch it, pivot around. And glare is pretty good. You can teach it dig for search, and then yeah, it's decent for Erica. Although I don't know what even gets to touch grass type because it's only gets poison sting and bite. So you have to teach it probably secret power too. You can buy secret powers, it's fine. So I guess it could be like the low C part. Yeah, sure. Think of a Charizard being high C and it being low C. Uh, so yeah, that's Arbok for you. Then you're just gonna box. I think you're just gonna box it this much earlier. That it's time of its screen time is much shorter. Actually, I'm just gonna keep it in D. You're just gonna have it for like 2 batches. Raichu. No, you're not average. You're pretty good. Pikachu is one of the best encounters early game. It's not as good as a Pikachu more than it is as a Raichu. Because actually, I mean, no, it's actually good as Pikachu do when you get it. You just level up a little, and then Thunder Shock is gonna win versus random trainers. Though you get a lot of mountain guys, back people that had Geodudes and other trainers that have Oddish. So it's not as perfect just to sweep, but it's going to be like a relevant mon on your team. It's kind of frail, so you gotta be aware of crits and damage ranged. But when you get to Raichu, it's pretty good, and you can get that on Saladin City. You buy the Thunderstone, then you give it Thunderbolt from the casino, or you just give it Shockwave, and it's probably gonna stay in your team, unless you get other better electric type. But it's a very solid electric type. It's not as good for Misty as some people make it out to be. Like it's like, oh, you have Pikachu, it solves Misty. It actually doesn't. Because Starmie has very good bulk in general, special defense, and Thundershock isn't as strong. It's not gonna 2KO, and Water Pulse is gonna kill you. I mean, no, it's not gonna kill you. It's gonna 2KO you, and you're not faster, so it actually doesn't solve. It can beat all the trainers and the Staryu. It doesn't beat the Starmie on its own. So your best bet there is to kill the Staryu, then Thunder Wave Starmie, and kill it with something else, like you Eradicate or whatever. But then when you get to Raichu, it's just really strong. It's electric types are pretty good in the game, especially to mid-late game. You just clicking fast Thunderbolt. That's just good. And Raichu has just the right amount of special attack and speed to make use of that. Does it have an amazing matchup on the gyms? So when you get to Celadon and you get Sabrina, Kogablin, yeah, it doesn't have a great matchup, but it's going to the Elite Four. It sweeps Lorelai. It's not good versus Bruno. It's good versus Agatha. You get rid of the Golbats and T-Wave. It's good versus Lance versus the Gyarados. You just lead with it and click Thunderbolt, and that's just very useful to just get rid of the Gyarados and the other flying types that are not Dragonite, and then you just kill Gyarados too. So it's a good Pokemon. It's like a low A tier. Yeah, it's good. Try to keep it alive for Raichu. Sandslash. It's a ground type for Search, which could be a wrong killer if you're not picking Bulbasaur, and you can teach it Dig, and it's okay. It's it's bulky. It's not gonna learn anything but Dig, so you're just stuck with Dig. It's kind of like Arbok, but it just guarantees you're winning a gym, like a very a gym that could be complicated. So I'm gonna put it there. Maybe up here. This is like the lowest of C's. It's more useful than these guys, I would say. All right, both Nidos are going to go into A tier. For the fact that they evolved so early. Like you don't really learn anything useful as a Nidorino or Nidorina, so you can just evolve it as soon as you get out of Man Moon. Though Nidoqueen gets Body Slam and Nidoking gets Mega Horn. I mean, you can do that, but you can, yeah, actually you can evolve it after Misty and before Surge. That's the best because you're not ground type. And you have to grind a little to carry it. But then it starts to kill mons on its own with double kick. You teach it Dig, and then the thing that keeps it on your team is that has an insane move pool, both of them, and they learn a lot of things. They learn pretty much every TM on the casino. They learn Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Surf. That's not on the casino, that gets Surf too. And then Dig, of course, they learn Earthquake for the late game part, for Elite Four. Gets Brick Break when you get a SSA. You just get a lot of moves, and it's a full evolved mon 3 stages early. The stats are not as good, but it just keeps being good. They both keep being good. And yeah, and they do enough damage with Dig plus its coverage moves. And it's a guy that can it's a guy that can learn Ice Beam and be good into lands. So yeah, I would say they're low 8 too. And it's a mon that you usually want to keep. Good into Koga, even though you don't kill the Weezings immediately. So gain to Erika, they beat Surge as yeah, their final forms. Then you don't have very good matchups to the rest because you don't resist fire. You're not going to Lorelei. You're good into Bruno. Good into Agatha. Good into Lance, you give it Ice Beam. And then yeah, they're okay. They're good months. Okay, so Clefable. Clefable is very interesting. So you catch this at Man Moon, then you box it, or you can have it in your team grind a little. You get Encore, which is one of the best support moves in the game, which you are gonna get later into, because there's only 2 months that gets it by level up in this game. You get Encore, you get Sing if you're into that. Very inaccurate. But you box it, and then you bring it back after Erika, and he learns, and you grind it, and he learns Cosmic Power plus Moonlight, and it becomes unkillable because your Cosmic Power raises both of your defenses, and Moonlight heals you. Or if you're using healing item, this gets even better. You just Cosmic Power and then put 3 attacks on it. It learns Ice Beam, it learns Thunderbolt, and it learns Flamethrower from the casino, so you have like wide coverage. And it's pretty bulky. You can also give like Strength Shadow Ball if you want to physical, like have stab for some reason. And it's going to hold into the late game, so it's a good option as well. But you have to box it. You have to keep it for later until it gets Cosmic Power Moonlight, and you gotta use your TMs too. So yeah, that's Clefable. Ninetales, It's average. Is he gonna be a flamethrower bot? You get it for Erica. You think he gets flamethrower at the right time? I'm not gonna lose some stuff unless I'm really like unsure. But it gets flamethrower kind of soon. Gets it at 29, then you evolve it, get a Firestone, save Erica, and then you're gonna get a flamethrower. It's better than Charizard because you're not picking it. You're not avoiding having Bulbasaur or Squirtle. You're not choosing to be a masochist. You just get this on your own, and yeah, it has the same problems as the fire type, doesn't this? It's average. When you're going to kill your random NPCs and the gym, the Erica gym, and then you're not gonna bring this too late for. It gets Will-O-Wisp, which is a good move. Gets Will-O-Wisp for Giovanni's Kangaskhan, which is actually a problem. Could be a problem. So yeah. Dude, I'm at 40 minutes and I'm okay, maybe I'll separate this into 2 parts because it's going to be way too long. So yeah. I'm gonna try to not stay much into the ones that don't have any insight. So Wigglytuff is the worst. It's a worse Clefable in any sense. Its stats are so weird. It has like an so high HP stat, so that's actually worse because you potions, like you need a lot of, like, the potions are not enough to heal it, and then it has like low defenses, so it has like similar bugs to Clefable as Clefable. It doesn't get the same move pool. It doesn't get like a cheap move. It's just, you're very unlucky if you get this at Route 3 and doesn't do anything. You could evolve it, have it for Misty as a fully evolved Pokemon early. But I think this is the first useless mon that you're just going to have it as a sack. It gets Body Slam later, it's just bad. Just low, not strong, it's not bulky enough. And this is a normal type that's outclassed by like Raticate and everything. So yeah. Golbat has only one niche in that it solos Erica. That's pretty much it. You can't get Crobat in this game. Zubat's pretty rad. Golbat has wing attack, has it quad resist Erica because it's poison flying. Then you can use it for fly, like as a fly bot. That's it. So it beats one gym. Not as an important gym like Surge, which could be a run killer. I don't think anyone has lost to Erica. But yeah, it's there. Uplume. Probably around here. Yeah, Vileplume actually Golbat's better than fuck Pidgeot. Vileplume is just like a worse Venusaur, but Venusaur is already pretty good, so Grass Poison can save your run versus Misty if you don't have anything. It actually can save your run versus Misty and Search, unless you get very unlucky with double teams and confusion. As a Oddish, you get into Gloom, you can teach a Giga Drain. You want to keep this guy, and then it gets Moonlight, I think, but I don't know if that's Gloom or you have to evolve it, or I mean, you have to delay the evolution. But as an early game guy, it provides a lot. Grass types are pretty good into this game, especially in the early mid part. And you get this at the right time. You get your status move, you get your Absorb, your Mega Drain, your Acid. Also, it can be brought into Erica because it's going to be a meta battle. You can like get rid of the big Trivel and the Tangela. With healing items, you can probably sweep. Without them, you can be 2 of 3. Alright. Parasit's weird. So if you get it as a Paras, it's good. You get Spore. kind of early and evolves early. It's kind of the same as Vileplume in the sense that you it's not as good as into Misty because you want to be a fucking paras, but it's better into Search because you're a parasite. You can teach it dip, so that's your way of navigating through that. Then you're not good versus Erica. You can use it to spore catch, it's fine. Um, Spore later, it's just very weak to a lot of moves. The typing is bad, but it also solves problematic gym, which is Search. So yeah, it could be in the top of the. It actually feels sad putting 19 Charizard with fucking Parasect here, but I actually think it's better than all of these guys. So I'm gonna keep it there. But I'm off. So this is a Butterfree, like a stronger Butterfree, but you get it at the point where you probably don't need a Butterfree anymore. You can teach it Psychic. It beats Kolga. You just go into Safari Zone, catch it, put it Psychic, beats Kolga. That's about it. You don't get good stab moves. Your sleep power is not accurate. It just comes too late to be good. I'm gonna give it here. It's not useless. Could be in your team. Has decent stats. That's about it. Duck Trio. Okay, Duck Trio is a very good mon. It's just, it's strong, fast, very frail. It's your best bet into Search because you have it guaranteed, almost guaranteed, if you catch it, or if you don't get into a Duck Trio and it kills half your team, and you struggle to catch it or don't even catch it. So that's why I'm saying Search. It's kind of, it could be an issue because you're not actually guaranteed to get this, but you are gonna, most of the time you can. So it solves that, and then it holds on because it's just a strong, fast Pokemon, and it's going to be faster because you catch it early, and it's going to get speed. EVs, it's going to be faster than Sabrina Salakazam, and you can either one shot it or just do a lot of damage and sack into that, and that's another rock killer, Alakazam. So it's going to stay on your team. The problem is that it's very frail, so you have to be careful around that, especially on a nuzlocke. That you have to bring it safely. Um, Otherwise, could just die pretty quickly. But it's just strong, fast, ground type. Persian's useless. I mean, same as Pidgeot, you can have it as a dupe. But I don't think it does anything. There's no way you need fucking Persian or Meow. Just weak. Then Persian's fast, but it learns Slash pretty late. You need to just secret power and be a worse. No way you can be a worse Pidgeot like this. It gets water pulls though if you want to waste water pulls on Persian, and it's a normal type that beats the Geodude, I guess. I would say just box it and use it, catch for the dupe, and then use it for cut and flash. Yeah. Golot is your average water type. Has solid stats. You can teach it Surf, Ice Beam. You get a lot of water types, but if you get unlucky, Golot's actually good. It's just gonna click Surf, Ice Beam. By the time you get it post Snorlax, where you get all the water types. It's okay. It's not as frail, not as slow. It's actually decently fast and it's decently strong. So yeah, it's your average water type. It's better than the trash water types, and it's worse than the good ones. So it's average. I would say it's better than this here. Probably better than you. Around the middle. Okay, so Primeape, hot take. Primeape, it's not a good Pokemon. The only redeeming quality of this is that you, if you pick Charmander because you're a masochist, this saves your run versus Brock. Otherwise, you probably just lose most of the time. and then it's just pretty useless. Like it's gonna be the Geodudes, the Onyxes, and that's just it. And then it's kind of a noob trap too. That when you keep it, fighting time are not going to this game. There's a lot of flying, psychic, and poison types, so you're just useless versus them. Um, it evolves kind of late, and then it doesn't pay off. It's not strong. It's fast, but you don't need fighting time in this game. When you get it for Erica, which is grass poison. Then the gyms are poison and psychic, and then in late game you're not gonna use this. It's just it has that only redeeming quality of beating Brock. If you pick Charmander, I think actually worse than this. Like around there. So fighting chance are generally gonna be low. And we have the only good fire type, Arcanine. Right there. So why is Arcanine good and the other fires are bad? Intimidate. It's basically it. If you don't get Intimidate, it's kind of like low B. If you get Intimidate, it's around mid A tier. It has much better stats than Ninetales and Charizard, and it's not a flying type, which is actually better for. So you have less weaknesses, and it's a very good Intimidate mod. So you can use it. It's bulky. You can just peel around. It's fast and strong. It uses both of its special and physical attack. And then on the late game, you get Flamethrower, and you can bring this to the Elite Four. It's not gonna be good into the Elite Four. Like, does it have good matchups? You just Intimidate and just Flamethrower. You also get this for Erika. You have to get the Flamethrower a TM from the casino though. You do get it. I'm pretty sure this set Flamethrower TM, or maybe just stripping. Because I remember this Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball, Iron Tail. Yeah, it has to be Flamethrower. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's just it. Intimidate, burst stats, wider move pool, and it's also a very good answer into Giovanni's Kangaskhan that you have to fight after Erika, and also solves Erika. You just get the Flamethrower, put the Firestone, and you go from there. I think keep it as a Growlithe is kind of trolling. No, you're not top. Kinda trolling, but yeah, it is a good mon that's gonna stay in your party. It just has that qualities that these guys don't have. Poliwrath, kinda you have some weaknesses because you're fighting actually worse. If you get the Poliwag encounter, you just trade it for Jinx. We're just gonna go into that later. Yeah. But it's okay. You get Surf, Ice Beam, you can mix with it has Gnosis. It's fast. Brick Break doesn't do anything for you. It has a unique typing that it's good into Lorelei. Like it's good into Lorelai's Lapras. It's very niche, but it can work. It has the bulk to beat Bruno. Then you can kill one Dragonite with like Ice Beam. That's it. I guess he has a good niche now to put in Iron and Golduck or around here. Yeah. Kadabra. So Kadabra is pretty frail, but it's a fast psychic type, and psychic types are insane in this game. You get it very early, and Aria needs little experience to get into Kadabra, and then Confusion is already great, and it gets its stab moves really early. It also gets good support and it screens on recover. Remember that I'm treating trade evolutions differently. So yeah, the only problem is that it's not an LKSM. So if you not get it, you're probably not gonna bring it to Elite Four because it's too frail for the late game. But it's going to do massive work. It's not really good versus Misty, but it just sweeps all the trainers, like just the random trainers, and that's just really useful. Like sweep all of them, and then you can always bring it to a gym. You just have to be careful that it's really rare. And I think Kadabra sticks long enough to actually just be 80 without being a fully Almond, and Alakazam is it's just a monster. It's Kadabra 2.0. It's even faster, even stronger, and you just click Psychic and beat the game. It is very good. Yeah, there's the same as I said. It's just as good that you can just bring it into something that's neutral, like I don't know, like Blaine, and just click Psychic. It's also gonna work. It sweeps Giovanni too, because it's just insanely strong. Also, you are really try hard. You can farm for Twisted Spoons on, I think on Abra and Kadabra, and they just boost that Psyche stronger. So yeah, it dominates the game. When you have it, you're gonna keep it, and you get it really early, and just gonna carry you through the whole game. Yeah, Machoke, same shit as Primate, actually worse because you don't have it for Brock, and it doesn't hold off. Machamp though is probably the highest fighting type, just because it has amazing stats. It's just bad typing but good stats, kind of like Arcanine, but fighting type is kind of worse. Again, it doesn't have very good matchups where you have Machamp for, no, not for Surge, but you have just the mid game guy with insane stat. It has guts too. You're gonna have like Brick Break, Strength, Rock Side, I guess. I haven't played with Machamp actually, but I would say that the just the stats and the attack makes it kind of worth it. It's at high attack. I think it can be good, unlike the other fighting types. I'm almost an hour, damn. Big Triva is the worst. Vibe Plume is only exclusive to Leaf Green. More offensive, less bulky. You want bulk. Vibe Plume is better. It does the same, but worse because it's not Vibe Plume and it's not Venusaur. But still does the job. It's not worse enough to put it on average. At the end, it just does the same. Tentacruel, it's on the higher spectrum of the water types. Poison is actually not that good because you're weak to ground and you're weak to psychic. You get this after Snorlax too, but it's going to be better than Psyduck and Poliwag. It's actually pretty fast, so it's going to be faster than the Dragonites. And you just kill it with Ice Beams. Not as strong, maybe you don't kill them, which is concerning, but it's going to be faster. And it's just Surf Ice Beam bot. It actually has Barrier too, if I'm not mistaken. So it has good support moves for itself. And it's just a high stat Watermon. Again, just gotta be careful with the poison type. It's neutral into grass type, which is good. You can just stay on them. Yeah, it's very bulky in the special side, kind of frail on the physical side. But yeah, it's a good month for the mid late game. And if you don't have anything else, you can bring it to Oli for teach the Ice Beam. Actually switch Bruno because you resist fighting, so you can just surf through. And it resists poison from Agatha, so I guess it's nice. I don't think it's good enough to be in A tier though. So no. So Robin and Golem do the exact same thing. They could be even in A tier, but I'm not gonna do that yet. Like, this is not worth like the issue to trade Evo because they do the same thing, and it's just that Geodude early game is it's just going to carry you so hard. There's such shit ton of grass. No, not grass. I mean, you switch out from grasses. Don't say grass. There's a lot of poison, flying, and normal moves in the early to mid game, and these guys just resist them. It's the best counter for Surge, because you also resist like quick attack and shit. It gets good stuff on its own, so you don't gotta waste like your dig or whatever. It gets magnitude. It's strong. It evolves at 25. You can keep it around. It's good into Koga too, even if you can't really touch the Weezings. They can touch you back. They have to poison you, so you can stay around, and you also sweep lane if you keep it that long, and you can self-destruct on something. Just have the tempo, sack it with self-destruct, get a strong hit. I think its tools are good enough to put it on the top of V. I don't think it goes A for now. But yeah, getting a Geodude is a very good encounter for early game. One of the best, probably. Next, Rapidash is useless. You get it on Mount Ember after the 7th gym, and Fire types do absolutely nothing at that point. And this guy's just weaker than Ninetales. I mean, it's not weaker, it's not around the same, but its stats is meant to be a physical attacker. So, I mean, yeah. You get the Ponyta, and then you just do nothing with it. It evolves so late too. Like, I can't believe Rapidash is so ass. Like, it's a decent mon, but you get it at the worst part of the game. Okay, I have reached the hour. I'm probably going to do, I think, a cut. I don't know if it's going to be like second part, or so I just cut this into 2, or I just do a cut and keep going. So I think this is a good way to cut it for now.